social media has influenced persons to thinking of how relationships should be and has put this false. Alright, hi. Pickers a Gaijin here, Jamaican YouTuber. Welcome back to the Pdgcast. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. How y'all doing? Today, what are we talking about today? You know, guys, how has 2020 changed our lives? Wow, it has been a year. No one could have predicted it except the Mayans. Because apparently, the calendar didn't say 2012, but actually 2020. According to some people, I'm not really sure, but it makes sense. The global warming effect, you know, icebergs melting at a faster rate than they should be. You know, wars, rumors of wars, the whole US election thing. The constant rain in my home country, Jamaica, and the landslides and the floodings and all of that. Some behavior in with the curfews and the lockdowns that might come through. My overall development as a person and how I view relationships and how I view people on a whole has changed. And just processing this whole thing, because here we are in 2020 with a pandemic. No one can hide from it. Everyone, in some way, shape, and form, has been affected by this. And all the theories, all the conspiracy theories, all the ideas, I mean, it's just crazy. And you don't know what to believe based on what's out in the media. And then if you're underground in places and what is being reported in the media, oftentimes are not consistent. What was amazing to me was when the outbreak first happened in Japan, and the world was reporting, oh, Japan is amazing and their numbers are so low. What are they doing to keep the numbers so low? When, you know, the people who were living in Japan were experiencing something different than what's being reported in the media. So that opened my eyes to a lot of things. That one, the narratives being controlled by the media in different countries can influence the perception and the views of others. And so I started to think about a lot of the major news items and the major events of the world that were covered by, let's say, the US media or the British media. And certain, oh my God, my English, I don't know what I'm speaking anymore. Certain things started to make a lot more sense. Certain things just didn't seem as what people said. And so, my friends, PDG Nation, all the new people that are watching this video, just be careful. Find your sources, get your information from reputable sources, and just don't believe everything you read or hear. You know? Yeah. That's all I say on that. But yet, for me, in 2020, this year, I found a new resolve, a new drive to want to be successful, to achieve my goals that I set out when I first came to Japan. Also, new goals that I have wanted to achieve since coming to Japan. And as such, and so therefore, my friends, I've started putting things in motion. I have started doing things. And that's the first thing in trying to achieve a goal. It seems simple enough. You have to start doing something. You have to get active. And one of the things is do what you can with the things you can control. Things you can't control, don't worry about them. And it's serious. And I found that my life, my mentality, and my whole being has been much better for it. Sometimes it takes you a while to realize these things. And that's fine, as long as you realize them. And then actively change how you act and behave and interact with persons. Yeah, I'm being real as can be. And so, I've stopped blaming others or blaming a situation. I just do what I can do. I just do what I can do. Some persons may not be able to do the same thing because their situations may be more extenuating. Is that the word? They might be worse off. And they probably can't control most of the factors in their environment. But as I said before, what you can control, you should try and sort that out. So one of the things this year I decided I'm going to do more consistently is to ensure that I control my diet and exercise. I'm not going to overdo the eating thing. It's quite easy to overeat, especially in the pandemic that happened. Well, that was happening. It's still going on now. But when we were in lockdown in Japan, I think I put on about 10 kilograms over the 2 months I was at home. All I do, woke up, eat, play game, sleep. Eat, play game, sleep. Record some videos, maybe go outside for fresh air once in a while, and that was it. What I don't understand about 2020 is that we're still perpetuating narratives that should be outdated. One such narrative is currently being perpetuated in Japan, or being pushed, is the idea that foreigners are dirty. And as a result, the foreigners are the ones that are causing the... Oh, sorry, let me read it for you. The foreigners are unable to follow instructions that are being handed out or disseminated, and also because of their cultural differences, they're unable to practice proper hygienic or safety precautions in helping prevent COVID. Cultural differences? Hygienic practices? No, Japan. I've been very PC with you. But as somebody would say, SYM. If you know, you know. Because culturally, listen, I'm not here to get cancelled, because one of my fellow content creators was in a bit of hot water because of, some videos he did, which accurately depicted a certain practice of a certain people. And as a result, he has had to, take a step back, basically. In light of this, I took a step back as well and thought, all right, so if a person from another country, a foreigner, came to Jamaica and wasn't black and started doing things that are deemed, let's say, improper hygienic practices that they've seen Jamaicans do, would they also be racist or offensive? And I started to think, maybe I would have been upset if I was a Jamaican and somebody came to Jamaica and said, hey, you don't brush your teeth, for instance, just for example. Because they saw one person do it. Or two. So 2 out of, let's say, 2 million people do it, and you make a video about it. I am upset. So I guess I understand where that nationality is coming from. The Japanese person is coming from. But, but, listen, listen. If every foreigner has seen multiple Japanese persons doing a certain activity, then I don't think no, it's not racist. It's just something that they do. At the end of the day, people are people, and this is the year, as Ranza was saying on his live, where free speech and being against the accepted public opinion is not going to fly. It is a year where free speech is going to be gone. We're at the tail end, according to Renzo. And I'm seeing it as well. It's been observed. Once you go against the grain, once you have a contrarian opinion, you're pretty much shut down and shut out. It's almost as if they're adopting the Japanese proverb of the nail that sticks out will be hammered down. You must blend in with everybody. And the reason I am talking about this is because it's 2020, and I would have thought I would have been living in a world where we were not as divided, not as contentious, not as malicious, cold, and unfeeling. But this is the world we are in right now. And the only way it's going to change if persons start to treat people how they want to be treated. That's what I think. But what do I know? I'm just a Jamaican man living in Japan with a plan, and I've never been to Iran. Bars. Yeah. So the Japanese government said that foreigners are the reason, in no certain terms. No, foreigners are the reason that this pandemic is still happening in Japan, pretty much. However, the go to travel is being done, which encourages movement of people, and most of the people that are moving are Japanese. Cool. Go to eat, which, encourages people to go out to eat. So, I don't know. I mean, 3% of foreigners in Japan are the reason why the virus is spreading. Interesting. And apparently Japan is still not testing a lot of people. So, I don't know. Halloween happened, and there are people in the streets all about running up and down. And yeah, foreigners, blame us. It's our fault. All we're good for is to pay pension. So, yeah, that's it. But yeah, let's move on to something a little more light. So I want to talk to you guys today as well about why we do the things we do. Like when you like somebody, you ever notice that everything they do is amplified? When you have a crush or you're into somebody, the actions that they do become amplified. Now, for instance, you like a girl or guy, and they touch you on the shoulder. You're like, wait, what was that touch about? Was it a signal? Was it something they were trying to communicate to me? Are they into me? Oh my God, this is right. Oh. But somebody you don't even know or somebody you don't like touches you, the reaction is different. And I start to wonder, like, is it that our mind is conditioned to react certain ways because we are into that person? Are there some chemicals that are released into our brains or wherever the chemicals are secreted that make us want to do stuff? Like I was wondering. And it's crazy. Like, you send a message to someone that's a friend, they don't respond. It's fine. You send a message to your crush or someone you're talking to or dating and they don't respond in 0.055005 seconds, there's a problem. And you start to go through different permutations, combinations to see why they're not responding. Because they responded to you 2 minutes ago and now they're not responding. Oh my God, they're dead. They're dead. That's all the explanation. They're dead. They dropped dead. Oh my God, panic. Call the police. Call the fire brigade. Call the soldiers. CIA, FBI. This person has died. Somebody murdered them. Let's get them. However, they put on their phone. Go eat some food. They're at work. Go into the bathroom. Playing a game. Something. They're not attached to the phone. And again, social media has influenced persons to thinking of how relationships should be, and has put this false idea, false notion, false whatever concept that a relationship has to be a certain way. It has to be done like this, or else it's not that. And this is getting people and their relationships into trouble. Relationships that might have been working perfectly fine, but because their favorite influencer, their favorite Instagram motivational speaker said, you must blah, 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 and if blah, 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 then, oh my God, hasn't been working, this is not working, oh my God, and then lose something good. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to want the best or the most, efficient or the most, the closest, as close to perfection as possible. But if you have something really good going on, and because someone did something that was a little superficial, something that was not like, for example, your husband, your boyfriend, usually takes you out on the weekend. And instead of taking you on a trip to Hawaii, he takes you on a trip to Ocho Rios or Negril to stay in a hotel. But that's not enough, because you see people being taken to Bali and Indonesia and Maldives. But the hotel, 5-star hotel or the 3-star hotel or the all-inclusive hotel in Jamaica is no longer good enough, because you see Cardi B, or you see Saweetie, or you see some other celebrity going all these places. Hey, first of all, they have a limited budget. Limitless budget. Careful. Because if your budget is baked chicken and rice and peas, stop trying to get lobster tail, fam, and steak. You're not there yet. And if you can't see that, then I don't know. And another thing, I really hate now that people, if they can't get through to somebody or get with somebody, they start to bash them. And one of the things that a lot of men are doing these days is saying that, oh, the girl they are idiot, and her money she a look, and she can't maintain she a gold digger, and Ray, why she can't just drink a bag juice? If the girl is used to champagne, she may want champagne. She not gonna want no cola champagne bag juice or cola champagne soda. She gonna want champagne, and that's what she used to, and that's her standard. If you can't meet the standard, bye. And same thing for the woman. If a man is used to a certain thing and he deems it that's his standard, you can't meet it, then bye. And move on. If it's not something they're willing to compromise on. No. If it's something silly like, oh, I must get champagne every Friday, but you can't give her champagne 2 Fridays for the month or once a month because you are organizing your finances in a way that in the future you can have the lavish lifestyle, then I don't see an issue with that. Some things are non-negotiable in relationships, and if that is your standard, you don't negotiate them. Now, for me, there's certain things that I can't look past. I really don't like smokers, but it's something I could maybe work with. I can't deal with bad oral hygiene. No. Hygiene on a whole, if it's bad, it can't work. Smell bad all the time? No. I mean, after your workout or whatever, fine, I can get that. But normally, green arm, stink mouth? No. Can't work. Can't work. That's just me. There's certain things that are non-negotiable. She must fear God. Yeah. I don't think I could date an atheist. No. And I don't think they would date me. So it's not all about me. I'm just reasoning with you guys. There are certain things that I don't think can work or be compromised upon. Yeah. Them thing there. And that's not saying that I'm hype or anything, people. I'm just saying these are the things that I feel are most compatible with me. No. For the ladies, I know a lot of you out there saying, oh, I need this. This man have to have that. Or if him don't have that, the way. That's fine. That's your standard. And if you don't find somebody with some of your impossible expectations, then you need to go to the impossible planet. Or make him or her. You know? So that's all I'll have to say on that. Because at the end of the day, I know. You know what? We'll get into this. Another thing is sex. Talk about this. The expectations of sex for some of y'all, boy, I don't know. And the things I hear, because I don't do those sort of thing. But what I'm saying is, when people lie or oversell certain things, people get to find out. Like, I never understood why a guy would say, oh, your belly never there. I'm not going to deal with that. And really. When the girl's like, well, all right, if it's so. A lot of people are not being truthful. And just, I don't know, what is it for? What is the braggadocio for? What is it for? They're going to find out eventually. So if you can't perform, don't lie about the performance. Be willing to learn. So I heard. Be willing to be open to some critique and listen to what your partner is saying that they like. Some people like it rough. I heard. Some people like it slow and gentle. Some people don't care. They just want it. So you have to know. You have to find that thing. Listening, using your words, communicating is really important. Listening is the most important. Active listening. Paying attention to clues. So I was told. Because, I don't do these other things. Maybe twice. Or twice. But the point is, my people, my friends, we have to be able to communicate and listen and hear what people are saying, or what they're not saying, and act upon it. And sometimes, as I said, just a little distance from people will make them realize your value to them. Because oftentimes, we overestimate our value. Yeah. That's right. You think you're my friend, and it's not the case. And vice versa. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's on my mind this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please make sure to cop the merch. Never come on Japan for suffer. Or have Yen will spend. The links will be in the description down below. And if you want to see certain topics discussed, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Because Gaijin, Jamaican YouTuber. Ikimashou!